The last time Kendrick Lamar performed in St. Louis, it was not in a large stadium or during a significant cultural moment. It was in April 2013 as part of a college tour at St. Louis University's Chaifetz Arena, where Steve Aoki was the main attraction. At that time, Kendrick was starting to gain traction in hip-hop but was still on his path to success. By the way, welcome to Celebrity Hip-Hop Showroom, where hip-hop and celebrity drama never sleep, so hit that subscribe button so you never miss the mess. Let's get into it. Fast forward over a decade, Kendrick returns, not as a supporting act or a rising star, but as a formidable force. He is now a Pulitzer Prize winner, Grammy recipient, and a pivotal figure in culture. This time, he is accompanied by Solana Rowe, known as SZA, a beloved local artist and a versatile talent. Together, they are poised to deliver what could be the most significant concert in St. Louis since Beyoncé transformed the Dome into a spectacular venue. The Grand National Tour is scheduled for June 4th at the Dome at America's Center. This event goes beyond music. It represents legacy, heritage, and a moment of significance. To understand the importance of this event, one must reflect on the past, before the Pulitzer accolades, Grammy Awards, and double platinum records. It's crucial to revisit the ambition. In 2013, Kendrick Lamar was already a recognized name. Hip-hop fans were familiar with him. He had been acknowledged as part of XXL's freshman class in 2011, indicating his potential in a competitive industry. That same year, he received praise from major artists like Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and The Game, who referred to him as the new king of the West Coast. It was a bold claim, but it felt warranted. By the time he performed at SLU, he had just released Good Kid, Mad City, a groundbreaking debut that elevated storytelling in rap. He wasn't just chasing fame, he aimed to be something more profound, a voice, a medium, a reflection. At that time, he was opening for DJs and sharing the stage with alternative artists. However, those who were paying attention could sense a shift in the atmosphere. He's not just on the verge, photographer Lawrence Bryant noted after capturing Kendrick's 2013 performance. He's the one to keep an eye on. Bryant has seen many artists rise and fall, and he recognizes a certain spark in those destined for greatness. Kendrick possessed that spark. 3 years later, Bryant would photograph Kendrick again, but this time not in a college setting but at the Essence Festival, the leading black music festival in the US and possibly the world. Kendrick was no longer an opening act. He had become the headliner. After taking his photos, Bryant turned to a colleague and said his usual line when a prediction comes true, "What did I tell you?" However, Essence was not the peak. It was just another step in Kendrick's journey. By 2018, Kendrick Lamar's voice had become highly respected in hip-hop and beyond. That year, he made history not just in rap but across the music industry by winning the Pulitzer Prize for his album Damn, becoming the first rapper to earn this prestigious honor and the first musician outside of classical or jazz to do so. If hip-hop is America's most revolutionary cultural export, Kendrick Lamar serves as its philosophical leader. During his Grand National Tour, he is not just performing, he is cementing his legacy. At the same time, SZA is making a notable comeback, deeply connected to her St. Louis roots. Solana Imani Rowe, born in St. Louis and raised in New Jersey, has always held onto her origins. Her grandmother lived in the city, and she spent her summers wandering its streets. The spirit of St. Louis is reflected in her music, gentle, chaotic, soulful, and complex. In 2017, she returned to St. Louis not as an unknown artist but as a rising star promoting her album Control. She held 2 sold-out shows at the Ready Room, a now-closed venue that remains part of local music history. Photographer Roscoe Crenshaw captured both performances and vividly remembers the lively atmosphere. "I went to Solden with her mother, Audrey," he said, camera in hand as fans queued outside the venue. "That's my classmate's daughter. Look at her now." Crenshaw moved through the crowd, taking photos to capture the energy SZA generated, not through extravagant displays, but through her genuine presence. When she returned in 2023 for her SOS tour at the Enterprise Center, she paused during her set to honor her late grandmother, sharing a video that brought many, including herself, to tears. Tonight is now my favorite St. Louis memory, she told the audience, calling the city her second home. However, that treasured memory may soon be at risk as June 4th approaches. The Grand National Tour has been a remarkable event, setting records since it began. Lamar has led multiple tours that are among the top 5 highest-grossing hip-hop tours ever. This achievement is impressive for any artist, but especially for a rapper known for his introspective style rather than flashy gimmicks. In Los Angeles, the duo performed at SoFi Stadium for 3 nights in a row. These shows were more than just concerts. They celebrated Black art, excellence, and storytelling. Now, it's St. Louis' opportunity to shine. Yet, this tour is about more than just numbers. It's about creating unforgettable experiences. Experiences like Kendrick taking the stage alone, without dancers or special effects, just a microphone and a powerful message, while 70,000 fans hold their breath. Experiences like SZA moving gracefully across the stage, barefoot, her voice quivering not from fragility, but from genuine emotion. Experiences like Luther. Their collaboration has dominated the Billboard Hot 100, holding the #1 position for 13 weeks and still going strong. It's a hit, a phenomenon, and a significant milestone. But it's also a reunion, merging 2 artists whose different backgrounds connect through shared experiences of pain, growth, and identity. Luther is more than just a chart-topping track. It symbolizes a return home. For Kendrick, coming back to St. Louis is significant, reminding him of his journey and deep roots. For SZA, it's an emotional and generational experience, linked to family, presence, and reclaiming the spaces that have shaped her. Together, they're not just performing, they're redefining what it means to take the stage in cities like this one, often overlooked and underestimated. They're conveying a powerful message. This culture is significant. These cities are significant. This music, our music, is both global and deeply connected to local communities. And they're not alone in this mission. St. Louis has undergone a transformation as well. Once just a stop for tours heading to Chicago or the coasts, the city has evolved into an essential destination for major artists. Beyoncé acknowledged it, Taylor Swift confirmed it, and now Kendrick and SZA are reinforcing that idea. But they're also raising the bar. It's not merely about bringing music to a city, it's about weaving the city into the story. When Kendrick and SZA take the stage, they're not just performing in St. Louis, they're performing alongside St. Louis. They're paying tribute to the streets that influenced SZA, the arena that once hosted Lamar as an opening act, the photographers who anticipated this moment, the fans who always believed, and the children who will watch the lights dim and wonder if they might be next. That's what elevates this event beyond an ordinary concert. It's a cultural celebration, an intergenerational connection, a reminder that Black art is not only flourishing but also leading the way. This tour, this night, this city, they're all part of that legacy. When the lights go down on June 4th, the Dome will hold more than just an audience. It will hold memories, movement, and magic. Because when Kendrick Lamar and SZA share the stage, something extraordinary happens. Time slows, breaths are held, and the culture resonates. And St. Louis listens. The Grand National Tour. One night, 2 legends. One city in stillness. June 4th is more than just a date. It's a pivotal moment, a declaration that says, we were here. And we mattered. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this situation, so please share your opinions in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on this story.